Hi, I'm Donna Rhodenizer. I'm just popping onto this video to talk to you a little bit about the rhythm element cards that I have included as part of the activities for It's Raining Cats and Dogs. Now, It's Raining Cats and Dogs has printed music, it has audio tracks, it has some rhythmic elements cards, it has activities written out that you can use in your music classroom with elementary school students or at home schools or with vocal studios. But one of the things I've talked about is these little rhythm element cards. They come on 2 sheets like this. My good friend Richard Bennett has created some delightful cats and dogs and kittens for me so that you can do some rhythm work with your students. And the versatility of these is just amazing. There are lots of things you can do. So here I'm going to show you. Here I've got dog, just ta. There's a woof. And so we're going to say, whenever we see it with the little talk bubble there, we're actually going to say woof instead of ta or dt. There's a cat, ta, so we would say cat or ta. There we've got a sleeping cat, so we can either say rest or shh, depending on what you wish. There's my sleeping dog. Kittens. So there you have 2 syllables for tt. Kittens. Puppies. And there's a meowing cat. I have a better meowing cat now, but I cut these up before I got my good meowing cat from Richard. So if your students have these as a class set, so every student in the class has a set of these themselves, they can create their own rhythms. So I would put this down. What did I have? I have ta, woof, ta, rest. So if we read those, we could say ta, woof, ta, rest. Let's say them with the animals instead of tas and things. So we would go dog, woof, cat, shh, dog, woof, cat, shh. So you can either read them with their sounds that way. Let's see if I can find, if I have kittens instead of cat, let's put that up. So I have dog, woof, kittens, shh, dog, woof, kittens, shh. And you can also read them in ta, woof, tt, rest. Ta, woof, tt, rest. So the woof and the meow are in there, which are great fun to do, even though you're doing the serious work of tas and tts and rests. You can create a 4-beat rhythm, or the student can create a 4-beat rhythm, and then you can write them up so the whole class can see them, and then you can read them that way. You can actually fasten these. I have little flashcards here. You can fasten them to a strip of paper, not this because it's not big enough, but then you've got them all and you can flip them and go through your whole class of rhythms that they've created. They love the ownership of knowing that they have created the rhythms that you're reading. And you can work on creating some 2-part rhythm reading. I don't know if you can see this if I put it out. If you look on the website and in the printable PDF part of this activity package, you'll see a sample of these 8 cards laid out. So I won't flip my camera around, I'll just keep talking to you and you can look at that. When you have them like this, so the whole class can see them somehow up on the board or with an overhead Elmo machine or whatever you do, they can read this divided into 2 groups. So group 1 would read the top row, group 2 would read the bottom row, and you can either do it at the same time, 1, 2, everybody read, and you've got them going at the same time. And so you've got a ta against a rest, you've got a woof against a tt, you've got a ta against a tt, you've got a rest against a meow. And it's really interesting to hear the textures that you will create when you've got the 2 parts going at the same time. It's a great way to start training the ear to hear another part against what you're doing, so to create some independence and to sort of head in the direction of 2-part singing. You can also do this in canon, so you would establish everybody's going to do their row, their rhythm 4 times, and after you've done it 4 times, then stop. So one group will start when they have done 1 complete 4-beat rhythm, the next group starts, so then you get them piled on top, and then at the end, of course, you have one by itself. Or you can have them, this is a lot harder, to have every group start at the beginning and do all 8 beats through their 4 times. Now this is going to be a lot harder because they've got to be able to track to the end of the line and then start another line, but with grade 2s and grade 3s they should be able to do that. So there's lots and lots of opportunity to move these little card things around in different configurations and create some really fun rhythm activities just with 8 simple rhythm element cards. You can also do activities with flashcards. I don't know if you can see those or not. These are just simple ta, ti, and there's rests in there somewhere. And make sure when you're doing flashcards like this that sometimes they're this way, sometimes they're that way, because 8th notes can be fastened at the bottom or the top. Sometimes when we're reading them, I just flip them and they do them one right after the other. They think that's funny. And you can do some call and response conversations with those. So I would get the students to read them, and then I would do 4 beats of rest, and then they would read the next card just to start the process to see what that's going to feel like. So ta, 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 ti, ti, 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ta, ti, 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 1, 2, ready, go. Ti, 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 ta, ta, 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, rest, ti, ti, ta, and we are finished, stop. So when you're doing those, that 4 beats of rest between each card is really important for them to kind of get their eyeballs on the next one and get ready so that they're not scrambly between those. If you're trying to do this and do a call and response where you're doing a different rhythm between each one, then you're going to have to, if I had this up on a music stand, I would flip them with one hand and I would do the rhythm on a drum. I'll see if I can do it. I can't do it because I'm holding these, but they would be on a music stand. What is that? 1, 2, you guys read. Ta, 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 ti, ti. This is my rhythm, go. Rest, ta, ta, whatever that is. No, it's rest, ti, ti. Rest, ti, ti, rest, ta. My turn, your turn, go. And so on. As I said, when you've got them up on a music stand, you can flip them much easier and then manipulate the drum as well. So you can have a conversation where they're doing one rhythm and you're doing something else. You can also not use the cards at all and just do a call and response conversation back and forth, clapping, drumming, whatever you wish. And when you do that, as soon as you take the reading element out of it, be prepared. They will come up with some very sophisticated things, lots of syncopations and rests and interesting rhythmic combinations because they're not tied to what they can process and give back to you. So that's a really interesting exercise. It helps develop some ear, playing by ear. So a conversation between myself and the students might sound like this. This is me. This is you. Me. Your turn. And so on, back and forth. I always put 1 or 2 rhythms somewhere up so they can see them, simple ones, and say, if you're stuck when it comes to your turn, you may use one of my rhythms if you wish. Let's see what they are. Let's practice this one. Ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, 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 ti, ti, or rest, ti, ti, rest, ta, rest, ti, ti, rest, ta. So they know exactly what they are. If they need to use those, they're there and available, and it doesn't put them on the spot, and it keeps your rhythmic continuity going without a break, and it helps with your anxious students and those that just can't think that fast on the spot, that is just too difficult. So there's a few rhythmic things that you can do coming out of It's Raining Cats and Dogs. I hope you have great fun singing the song, and I hope you have fun doing some rhythm work, and I hope you enjoy using my fancy dancy rhythm element cards. And another big shout out to Richard Bennett, and thank you for creating the art that goes with these, exactly what I needed so I could put them together to make them exactly what you need for your students. Have a great day making music, and make music a great part of your day.